Hi, y'all, and welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, I'm LaWanda Renee. I am on my spiritual journey, and I am making sure that I'm sharing in words of encouragement to you on your spiritual journey. Welcome to the channel. Today, I want to share in 3 verses of the Bible to support you on your weight loss journey. I have been on a weight loss journey my entire life. I have been on this spiral roller coaster as it relates to my weight. I have been up and down. I have tried fad diets. I have fasted. I have done all the things over the course of my life. And it has been really challenging to have a healthy lifestyle. And since I continuously have been strengthening my spirit and my spiritual walk, I have been able to find ways to rely on my spirituality to support me on my healthy journey evolution. For those out there who have been struggling like I have been struggling, you simply give up. And we have to understand, you must understand, your weight loss journey is between you and God. And so I want to make sure you are aware of the tools that you have spiritually that are imperative to help you master what you're going through. I want you to be successful on whatever your goals are, while at the same time being self-reflective of realizing that you are just simply a child of God. So number one is, what are your intentions? The Bible teaches us that there are various types of intentions or desires we need to be considering. We have our spiritual desires, and then we have our sinful nature desires. So in Galatians, I want to read a verse. The verse is from Galatians 16 through 22. The verse states, "The sinful nature wants to do evil, which is just the opposite of what the Spirit wants. And the Spirit gives us desires that are opposite of the sinful nature desires. These two forces are constantly fighting each other. So you are not free to carry out your good intentions." Amen. And so this particular verse and chapter goes on to outline those two comparisons, spiritual versus sinful. And it gives you characteristics that you can kind of examine. And I just want to call out a few of those characteristics as it relates to your intention. So from a spiritual desire perspective, you need to be considering, and I know I considered the things that were important to me. I want to be able to love myself. I want to be able to look myself in the mirror and say, I am worthy. I want to find peace within myself as it relates to my weight. I know my weight and the journey and battles I've had with my weight comes from the pain that I've experienced over the course of my life and me not being able to manage that pain. I use food as a comfort. I use food as a friend. I use food as a vice. Food was my be all end all as it relates to me as a coping mechanism to get through the adversities I've experienced in my life. And so you need to be kind of examining, okay, how can I find peace in my life? And we know that God can give us peace. So we want to be able to hone in on those spiritual intentions. And so love, peace, self-discipline, self-control, those are all characteristics or desires that are spiritual in nature. And those are the four that are mindful to me. So again, the verse gives you more, but I want you to make sure you hone in on the characteristics of your why. And then on the sinful side of the house, why sometimes we go on a spiritual journey and it's more of a sinful desire in nature. And what I mean by that is anesthetics, right? It's anesthetics. What do I look like? What type of body I'm going to have? Am I going to look better than this person? Sometimes you want a revenge body, right? You may have a horrible relationship, or you may have been bullied when you were heavier and you want to prove people wrong, right? Those are sinful types of desires, right? And so you kind of want to make sure you're not going on your weight loss journey with that particular why. Because when you reach whatever goal you wanted to reach, then what? Do you just fall off the bandwagon? No, your health journey is just like your spiritual journey. It's a lifelong journey. and your whys have to align with that. Amen. So number 2 is mind your work. And what I mean by this is the Bible teaches us that whatever we're doing, we should not be comparing ourselves to anybody. We should be focusing on the work that we're doing. We should be focusing on the hard work we're doing so we're satisfied about the accomplishments of everything that we're doing. And sometimes when it comes to our weight loss, if you're like me, I used to be so happy to let somebody know what I lost or let them know I'm going to the gym and all the in betweens. Like I was looking for validation in other people as to finding my why, right? But when you do things when no one is looking, there's some pleasure in that. You put the work in with yourself, right? I got into the gym and I got my healthy weight loss, my healthy eating plan down by myself, right? I didn't go to anybody because you realize that when if you have been on it like me, when you go to people and you tell them what type of diet you're doing or lifestyle eating change that you're having, everybody's going to question it. Everybody's going to have an opinion, right? You tell them you're going to the gym, they tell you to focus on certain things. It's going to be a million different people in your ear, but mind your work. Be mindful of what your goal is. Your goal is to stay consistent and whatever plan you outline for yourself, right? You should be your own champion. And so the verse that I want to hone in on is from Galatians 6. And the verse states, pay careful attention to your own work, for then you will get the satisfaction of a job well done, and you won't need to compare yourself to anyone else. For we are responsible for our own conduct. Amen. For those of us who've been on a weight loss journey our whole life, once we fail or when we succeed, it's all about how we feel. And sometimes when people see us lose weight and they see us put it on and they want, we go through a phase of being judged or whatever. And then we start to beat ourselves up, but we should be responsible for our own conduct related to all of our other things in our lives. The actions and decisions that we make, it's our decisions. We're being judged by our conduct and our work. And this is the same thing. Stay consistent in your work. The dedication and hours that you're going to be putting into changing your life to make sure you're putting yourself up on a healthy lifestyle overall. Being honed in on that. It's all about you. Be your own champion. Have your check marks of what you want to accomplish. Hit your goals and objectives, not goals that people have outlined for you or what you think they may say or compare. We go through this phase when we're in a weight loss journey too, that, we want to lose 20 pounds and we see people on TV or whatever, and they can lose 20 pounds in a week. And then you try to copy what they do and you lose 2 pounds or gain 2 pounds. And now you back like, this is not going to work for me, right? So this verse is very important when you just need to mind the work that you're doing, being consistent in what you do. Don't worry about who's looking. This is between you and God. Be mindful and conduct yourself that you are satisfying yourself, and the goals and objectives that you want for your weight loss is solely about you. Amen. Number 3 is a firm foundation. So the verse that I'm referencing here is from 2 Timothy 2, and the verse is 19. The verse states, "But God's truth stands firm like a foundation stone. With this encryption, the Lord knows those who are his, and all who belong to the Lord must turn away from evil." Amen. And this one is so important to all of us because when you are on a weight loss journey, we are anything but who God says we are. When you are overweight, when you look yourself in the mirror, or even when you're in the gym and you're pushing through and you look yourself in the mirror, you're calling yourself anything but everything under the sun but a child of God. The Bible teaches us that God is our cornerstone. God is our foundation. You have the Spirit of God within you. Therefore, your foundation needs to be stable. It needs to be a foundation that cannot be broken or wavered by anything. And when you're on a weight loss journey, remember the devil is always working. The enemy is always in your head. The enemy is going to tell you you are fat. The enemy is going to tell you you cannot do it. The enemy is going to tell you all the things to stop you from continuously moving forward. The enemy does not want you to succeed. The enemy is always going to be in the forefront. So we have to be mindful and continuously build our foundation. Yes, we are talking about weight loss. We're talking about getting in shape, and that's the exterior. And we're going to look better. We're going to feel better physically. But that firm foundation, that spiritual foundation, is what is going to keep you motivated. I cannot say or stress how many times on this journey that I've been where I've woken up and I'm like, I don't want to do it today. And I turn over and I'm like, let's go, right? Because the enemy is going to want to make you stop. And then as soon as you stop, you guilty because the enemy now wants you to feel guilty, right? And so being mindful of the foundation you have residing in your spirit. Be mindful of your spiritual growth and knowing that your foundation is built on these studs that can't be penetrated. And so knowing that it cannot be penetrated, every step that you take, every moment you're on a treadmill, every moment you're taking a walk, every minute you're lifting a weight, have God in mind. I cannot say how many times on my spiritual journey when I just did not want to go to the gym, or when I got there, I didn't want to stay, or I'm looking at my watch at how many minutes have gone past and I still got a whole hour to go. But then I just go into prayer and I bring God along with me for that workout session. And then I started realizing that at the end of every workout, I thank God. And then I thank myself because this is between you and God. God can get you through anything. Your spirituality can get you through anything. Right? And so firm foundation is key. And we have to continuously make sure our foundation is as firm as possible. Because if it's not, you will not succeed. Amen. I want to wish you well on your spiritual journey, as well as on your physical, healthy journey. Life is challenging and it's going to bring all types of trials and tribulations. As you go through your correction phase of understanding where you are in your spiritual journey, this is the perfect time to examine all of every component of your body, and that includes your health. If this is something that you really want to do and you have the right intentions or the spiritual desires and you are ready to go, you should be ready to go. If you have and ready to make sure you don't want to include anybody on this journey but you and God, it is time to move. You have all the tools that you need to take a foot forward with changing everything about you from a healthy perspective. Everything is about growth. Your physical and healthy growth is also an evolution that includes for you to stay consistent, stay prayed up, and know that God is on the journey with you. It won't be easy, as I always say. It's never easy to start something because you're going to always have the enemy trying to stop you. But know that you are a force and know that you are a crown. And God has given you everything you need to succeed in anything you feel that's on your heart that is of God like. Be blessed and good luck.